Claire Moreau had everything she ever wanted. At 28, she was the senior brand consultant for one of Paris's most iconic fashion houses. Her elegant style, sharp mind, and keen eye for aesthetics made her not just successful, but unforgettable. And then there was her hair. Long chestnut waves that framed her face like silk curtains, glistening under camera lights and in magazine spreads. Her hair had become her brand, featured in every campaign she touched. She had grown used to the attention, to the stares, to the soft compliments whispered in showrooms and after-parties. Claire, your hair is your crown. But in the world of fashion, admiration came with envy, and envy bred malice. It started with whispers. A misprinted logo here, a late campaign submission there. Then a full-blown scandal. Claire was accused of leaking an unreleased fall collection to a rival brand. She was called into the boardroom, glass walls, sterile white, and silence so thick it pressed on her lungs. Across the long table sat the brand's creative director, Margot Delane, a woman as feared as she was respected. Margot wore power like perfume. No one crossed her. Claire stood firm. I didn't do it. I would never risk this job. My career, you know that. Margot tapped a manicured nail against her tablet, showing an email chain Claire didn't recognize but supposedly sent from her account. Fabric samples, sketches, confidential notes. Someone framed me, Claire insisted. Margot's eyes narrowed. Whether you did it or not, the damage is done. But there might be a way to fix this. Claire blinked. How? We need a statement. Something raw, something viral. You've built your identity on your image. It's time to give that image up. Claire's blood ran cold. What do you mean? A public transformation, Margot said, her lips curling. A full head shave. We live stream it, frame it as a statement about reinvention, humility, trust. If you do this, the brand survives. And maybe so does your career. Claire stumbled back. You can't be serious. I'm giving you a chance, Claire. Most people in your shoes would be out the door already. 2 days later, Claire sat alone in her apartment, staring at her reflection. She'd barely slept. Her thick hair flowed over her shoulders like a river of warmth and identity. Cut it all off, publicly, but if she didn't, the rumors would end her career. And she knew Margot wanted this, was probably behind the setup, but there was no evidence, no time. Claire inhaled shakily and picked up her phone. I'll do it. They chose a high-profile salon with a glass window facing a cobblestone square. Cameras were set up. A live stream titled, Claire Moreau, The Transformation, began trending even before the feed went live. Inside, Claire was ushered into a styling chair in the center of the room. Makeup artists dusted her face. A team fussed over lighting. Then came the cape. Shiny, black, PVC. It glistened under the lights as the assistant wrapped it tightly around her shoulders and fastened it with a thick white neck strip. Claire shivered. She'd worn capes like this many times, but never for this reason. The cameras rolled. The world was watching. Margot stepped into the frame, all smiles. We're here today to support Claire in a powerful act of transformation, a symbol of honesty, vulnerability, and strength. Claire's jaw clenched. Her fists tightened beneath the cape. A male stylist approached, scissors in hand. Margot whispered in his ear, then the scissors opened. Claire's breath hitched as the stylist grabbed a thick lock from the crown of her head. He hesitated, for drama, for cruelty, then slid the scissors into the base. Shunk. A huge swath of chestnut hair fell onto the cape, coiling like a fallen vine. Claire gasped, eyes wide. Again and again. The scissors snipped mercilessly, reducing her signature waves to jagged tufts. Her lap was a nest of her own beauty. Some strands slid down the shiny cape, some stuck to the static. The cameras zoomed in, comments flooded in. She's brave. This is insane. No going back now. Claire stared straight ahead, swallowing the lump in her throat. Once the scissors had done their worst, the clippers came out. Margot handed them over like a queen presenting a sword. The stylist clicked them on. Sss. Claire's heart pounded. The clippers touched her scalp, just above her forehead, and began their slow descent. Long strands fell in curtains. Her scalp emerged, pale and vulnerable. The buzzing became hypnotic. Side to side, back to front. Every pass exposed more skin. The cape, slick and heavy with hair, weighed on her like shame. She closed her eyes. "Bring the foam," Margot said. Claire's eyes flew open. The stylist lathered her bare scalp with white shaving cream. It looked almost beautiful, like whipped silk on porcelain. Then came the straight razor. Deliberate, final. He shaved with slow, careful strokes. Every pass scraped away not just stubble, but every last remnant of what had once defined her. Her cheeks flushed, not from shame, from clarity. When he wiped her scalp clean and held up the mirror, Claire gasped. She didn't recognize the woman staring back, but she didn't hate her. The video reached millions. Some called her a victim, others a heroine. Fashion critics praised the performance. Margot basked in the attention. But Claire didn't return to work. Instead, she booked a flight. Left Paris, spent 3 weeks in Morocco, alone, thinking. When she returned, it wasn't to apologize or plead. It was to fight back. Claire released a private statement revealing emails, voicemails, and behind-the-scenes footage that exposed Margot's manipulation. She'd hired a tech expert to uncover the truth. The scandal turned. Margot was fired. Claire? She launched her own brand, Nouveau. Her logo? A silhouette of a bald woman in a PVC cape. A year later, Claire stood in front of a mirror again. Her hair had begun to grow in, short, soft, defiant. But she didn't rush to change it. She ran her hands over her scalp and smiled. "Power," she whispered, "was never in the hair." Then she turned to the camera crew filming her brand's new campaign. "Let's shoot." The lights went on, and Claire Moreau, reborn, began again.